brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Chargers, and it's coming up next.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
championship game. Off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Bringing him out, the third overall pick from way back in 2008, a guy now in his 15th NFL season, Matt Ryan.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, I think he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers point their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Ryan. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere. No avail.
Well, trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And in some ways, he's awfully fortunate to get another shot right here in these playoffs because he wasn't particularly sharp in the wild card victory. The ball ended up in the hands of the opponents a few too many. It goes without saying in this one, cannot give the ball away. If he does, the road's going to end right here for him and his team.
Here's Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And tight coverage there. Knocked away, incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
What an advantage. He take up the space and let the linebackers run free. They can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. Back to pick him out and deliver.
Herbert will get. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a...
And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. Eric Ebron there to make the grab. And the Chargers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to...
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of
well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Play, and it's 2nd down. Then he got off the very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. To throw is Ryan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunity for that one throughout this game.
And Sanchez punt here as he sends this one away. Here comes Reed. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And that will come the... And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. From just shy of midfield, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. A give, Eckler running to the right. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. It's Eckler again. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 31. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 43 yards for him on the ground. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he takes it in for...
Sequences. I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown. Following the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts now are ready to get the football back. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they the AFC Championship round. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
On third down, Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And they will take over first and 10. A shotgun snap for her. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense is in half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some right there.
And the Colts getting ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Now Ryan looking for Amendola. By J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here.
That's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it. Settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted ends up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Draw play, it's Eckler. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Colts getting back to work once more. out here as they begin with the first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 6 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They need to help them dig out of this hole.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Taylor. Colts 13 yards and a first down. Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all.
And now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's Ryan.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor.
Field goal. Here's Blankenship again. It's fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone. To take possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Up the middle with Eckler. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Herbert now. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. Touchdown, LA! Keenan Allen, 56 yards. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Shifts by him. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there.
Albeit not by much on 3rd and a yard.
I like this focus. Breaking that one big. All I thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. We'll get this to about the 38. Give him 3 on first down. And 7. 21-3 is your score after 1. Start of the quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback. Throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Ryan. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Now it's Ryan. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Ryan to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan. Connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Ryan finding Pittman there for the Colts' first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Ryan. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And that drive is going pretty good. But the defense rose up and said enough of that.
So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try. Blankenship's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. That will go down, and it results in 3 points, so some disappointment.
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Allen's got it over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Turn there following a punt of 42. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much. You now go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They were and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. The offense on 3rd down tonight. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. Seven yards on the punt with no return. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark. How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. The 71-yard. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now. And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35. And a quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions. It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing. What is it? You went horoscope on us, Davis. Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something. Anything, right? Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that. Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense. To throw again on second down. Ryan. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 33. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Up the middle here. Only managed to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts get a bit closer. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. He's 21-13. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll right on the chalk of the 20. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22. More. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, nice move. So a change of possession here on the punt. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And the pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First down now with that clock rolling. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 38, Ryan. That's going to be caught by Ali Cox. And he's brought to the ground with another first 24-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. For his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing again, Ryan. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Time a factor as Ryan will hustle him to the and that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. And now it's second down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Here's Ryan. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley Cox in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Blankenship out for the point after. And this is now a 1-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens squaring off against the Buffalo Bills. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, Will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Chargers, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle. second half of this AFC Divisional round. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. To be in. They've got the lead. Home playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big arm. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They may get even bigger plays in the passing game. Makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think he's not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back.
On second down, Eckler. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third. At the 42-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
To throw again on second down, Ryan. And he's got Amendola on the catch. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Missy red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now Ryan on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Looking for Jelani Woods that time. That'll bring up second down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
10. Ryan. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Kyle Van Noy drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down.
The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape.
So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and that'll keep this a one-point game. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
And that flag accepted.
Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20.
The handoff, it's Eckler.
Found a little room there as he at the 37.
Here to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
Now on 2nd and 16.
Herbert, he'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
And the Colts are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Ryan in the 1st and 10.
At their own 46. After the interception, here's Ryan. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. From the 45 on 2nd down. Ryan flush to his right. Going left side, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the...
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps downfield and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
On the draw is Taylor.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly... It's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this down has continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try. Blankenship's kick is good.
And with it, they have taken the lead.
Well, a pretty important sequence here, CD. They were trailing in the second half. The interception gives them the opportunity, and the field goal gives them the lead.
And what a clutch play. You love to see guys come through like that. Now it's their game to lose. Time to get back out there and come through with another big stop.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the on. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd.
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. Materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. LA in a moment.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Herbert has it knocked free.
And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The this was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that.
We would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And that makes it a 9-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Chargers offense back onto the field.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
134 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And this is going to fall to the complete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he's got room. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Ball up to the 35 now is a 10. Up the middle with Eckler. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Herbert now. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have got it back.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Here's Ryan.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball. Be in a position to make a play on the ball, and boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Meanwhile, Ryan's throw into the hands of people's.
To get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. To the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chargers.
Mike Williams.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers get another 3rd-quarter touchdown. Add on to that lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number. And that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point good by Hopkins, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indy set to go on offense once more.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Khalil Mack in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. So at that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
That's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you. As a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were out.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium. Wood.
It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Oh, the return is Reed.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Out of the gun, Eckler running it.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
23 yards the pick up there.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here is Eckler. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
I think you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. 1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Now it's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's time.
Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Chargers are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. So the moment is finally at hand. What a season, CD. His 29th rushing touchdown of the year. No one in the history of the NFL has had more in a single season. And congratulations to him. What an achievement.
We certainly had the feeling early in the year, maybe week 2 or 3, when we talked to each other and thought this could really turn into something. But I don't know if either of us thought we'd get to this point. Maybe the best season ever by a running back in NFL history.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Now Ryan.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He had 5 catches in the wild card win, and that's his.
I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout. and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan.
Well, that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Ryan.
That's going to be caught by Allie Cox.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Chargers ready to take over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 7. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Eckler now between the tackles. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts coming out now.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. A lot of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Eckler, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game like this, they are not letting up.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ryan, he's got the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. A little juke. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Ryan to throw. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 43. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, Ryan delivers another one to Pierce, and he's going to be taken shy of the 35.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would admit that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Again, Ryan. That's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley Cox. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? On the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target.
3rd and 2. Now Ryan. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Rodriguez, the PAT.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in at. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field.
And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34. 2 yards going up for first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me that you go through as a defense for these situations when you have to get the ball back. Everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands. Whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Rodgers to return it.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Remember the dime looked on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Ground, and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Now Ryan on 1st down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again is Ryan.
He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 4th down. Here's Ryan.
Oh, he's got his...
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's going, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game. Some clock here in this 4th quarter.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
The Chargers are going to continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.